Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You are watching The Inside Scoop. I am hungry, Steve Scanlon. And sitting next to me is my co-host, Bubba. Welcome, Bubba.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing great and hungry, of course, as always. And sitting next, well, before we announce who's sitting next to Bubba, we're going to announce who's sitting on the desk. And she's quite scary looking. Emma Lily. And sitting on the chair next to Bubba is Joe. Welcome, Joe.
Hello.
Before we get to the wrestling topics, we're going to get to the side topic, and that is the deaths that occurred within the last 2 weeks. And Joey,
how many turkeys have you eaten in the last 2 weeks?
Last count. I have more fingers
Oh, you mean
than
talking
toes
about the human? Okay.
Matter of fact, my mind been playing tricks on me. I've been looking at people, and what I see is turkeys. Okay, what an illusion those were. I
And
kept
pumpkin
getting hungrier
pies and
hungrier.
stuffing and
Sure heard what you told me in the car.
cranberry sauce, everything else.
Well,
you're
tonight's taping is Wednesday, the eve of Thanksgiving. This is going to air the weekends after Thanksgiving. And talking about Thanksgiving, I keep getting hungrier and hungrier. In fact, I might have Thanksgiving early this year. I might have it tonight.
You already had a frozen turkey yesterday.
I know. But the more I think
All
of
them on
turkey,
the
the
phone, he
cock
was
turkey, the
gnawing on
more
a leg, and it was
hungrier I
still
get.
frozen.
Okay, Joe, you've got a list of deaths that happened within the last 2 weeks. Would you mind announcing the list?
First we got comedian Gallagher.
Who? I'm not familiar with
He's the one that's known for smashing watermelons with a sledgehammer.
Oh, that
the Sledge-O-Matic.
guy. Okay.
I've actually been to one of his shows.
Oh, have you?
If you went to one of his shows, you never would have gotten to smash a watermelon because you'd be on stage eating them.
I'm not going to deny that. You're right about that.
Fun show.
Batman the Animated Series voice actor Kevin Conroy, who was the voice of the title role of Batman.
Oh.
You can pick your
I
book
thought
up.
Adam West was the guy who played Batman.
Huh?
Adam West. Was it
That was the
Batman?
live action 1960s Batman TV series.
Okay. This guy was another guy who did the voice of Batman?
Yep.
Okay.
Days by Lifestyle, which is also the father of Friends star Jennifer Aniston, her father John Aniston.
No, Jennifer Aniston, she was on that show Friends,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And she was in a few movies.
Been around for years.
Yes, she has.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
The last surviving cast member of Hogan's Heroes, Robert Clary.
One that hurt the most to me. I love watching Hogan's Heroes. Corporate LeBeau. 96 years old, God bless him. But
Was that named after Hulk Hogan or no?
No.
I never watched
This is
the show.
before Hogan.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Crane. Read the stories about Robert Crane.
The show was in the 60s, 1960s.
Yeah, 60s. It was
60s,
only on
early
for 2 years.
70s.
I used to love watching Hogan's Heroes. It's you don't see it anymore because we don't have MeTV anymore on Comcast.
This one has shocked me over the past several days. Power Ranger star Jason David Frank.
Shocked a lot of people.
Now, he played the green Power Ranger.
Yep.
And the white
one.
And he played 2 red ones and a
He
black
played
ranger.
red and black, too. Oh, okay.
Same character.
Oh, I never watched Power Rangers, so I wasn't familiar with their storylines, but he was able to play different uniform Power Rangers?
Yep.
Okay. Interesting.
That's all I got.
Well, they had a Power Rangers movie, too, that came out, right?
Yeah, he had a cameo at the end of it.
He did?
Him and the original Pink Ranger had a cameo at the end.
Okay.
The only
Now,
Ranger I know is Ranger Smith.
You were a Power Ranger fan. Which Power Ranger was your favorite, Joe?
I would say probably Mighty Morphin where it began. That show already lost another Ranger before him.
No, I'm talking about the Ranger, the colored Ranger, the uniform ones. You have the red, the white, the black, the green. I don't know what. The pink one.
I'd say him is the green.
The green one was your favorite one? Favorite character?
Yeah.
I still only liked Ranger Smith.
That's Yogi's buddy.
Ranger Smith.
Hey, woo woo. He eat all the picnic baskets. Sorry, I never watched Power Rangers. It wasn't really my era or my thing.
I never watched them either. I knew of them.
Yeah.
Hey, you have any birthdays, Joe? Any good
I got
news?
one wrestling birthday. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, I didn't know
last
his
week.
birthday came.
Yeah.
He would have been what? I think. He would have been 70? I forget. Maybe it's written down there. You should have.
No, I got just the birthday down.
He died in a car accident. Didn't he have
Yes.
like a heart attack while
11.
driving?
Was it 11?
Like I
yeah.
said, go on WrestlingForum.com. My good friend Vic Saragosta, who I hope to maybe be on this show next year, maybe. Trying to get different guests on that show next year. He lists all the celebrity birthdays, all the wrestling birthdays, and lists them all. Put the picture along it. He's met so many people in the business. I mean, it's a very informative website. Look into it. WrestlingForum.com. A lot of old pictures, a lot of old YouTube pictures and shows. He puts on some of the old skits from years ago, 60s and 70s, 80s, 90s wrestling. I mean, it's really a great wrestling website to check out.
Well, we had another birthday. It was my younger brother's birthday yesterday on Tuesday, the 22nd. And when I went to go see him today, because I didn't get a chance to see him last evening, he was working, but when I went to go see him earlier today, first words out of his mouth, Steve, I got some rules in regards to Thanksgiving. And I go, but I'm here to help celebrate your birthday. He goes, Steve, first things first, me and the wife and the family and the extended family all agreed that when you come over for Thanksgiving, you are going to be the last one served. And before you grab seconds, make sure everyone's done with their first plate.
So after the first plate, let me get this right. Everyone's going to have nice slices of turkey and pieces. You're going to be in the corner with the rest of the turkey carcass, okay? With the legs sticking in one hand and gnawing on the right side of a breast with the other hand. So no one's going to get anything else, right?
Good point. I didn't think of that. Thank you for that idea.
No, but that's probably going to be that idea. That's what
probably
you're
going to
going to
be
do
a
anyway.
reality. I know.
Because you're an animal.
Yeah. Matter of
Pumpkin
fact,
pie, while he's doing that, Joey, make sure you hide the pumpkin and custard pies.
Well, talking about pies,
This is
and
what he told me
blueberry
in the
pie.
car.
You know, and
the second thing,
the stuffing. Make sure you get no stuffing.
the second thing my brother told me is like, Steve, I got a task for you, an easy task, matter of fact. And I go, what's that?
What's easy for you to do?
He wanted me to pick up some pies from the supermarket. So I did. I picked up 4 of them. I figured.
And there's one left.
There was 4. No, I ended up eating one along the car ride, the 5-minute car ride from the supermarket to my house. And so now we're down to 3 pies, and I'm still hungry. I might be down to 2 by the end of tonight. But Joey, you know how we've been good friends over the years. You think you could bail me out of this situation, Joe? You think after tonight's
I'm not getting
taping,
involved.
you could go pick up the other pie that
Normal
I ate?
people eat I will eat like a table talk pie.
Okay.
Steve gets like a 9-inch pie and mouths
Well,
on
actually,
it
this
in
was
5
a
minutes.
10-inch pie.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
You're an animal.
Yes. So, Joe, you think you could bill a friend out and get me an extra pie tonight after the taping?
I don't know. I could.
What kind of pie did you eat? The apple or the custard?
the blueberry.
Blueberry. Yeah, blueberry is good with a little whipped cream on it.
I forgot the whipped cream.
And pumpkin pie,
Did you
squash,
get a whipped cream
apple,
container with the blueberry
Custard.
pie tonight, Joe?
pecan.
I don't know.
I love pecan, too. Matter of fact, all them pies you mentioned, I love. All right, well, we're getting sidetracked.
There's one
from
kind of pie you
wrestling.
didn't mention.
I apologize, Joe. I know you got
Excuse me,
some
folks.
matches to mention about the Survivor Series War Games that's going to happen this Saturday.
Yes.
Do you know what time that will
This is
air?
taping, okay?
Say
Folks, Saturday,
it's
shut up.
regular.
This is taping Saturday, and you have to watch it that night. I'm actually going to be out of
Okay, so
town,
it's gonna be
so I have to watch it
at nighttime,
replay.
and probably 8 o'clock, right? 8 p.m.
So we can make our picks. Okay?
Firstly, the SmackDown Women's title, Ronda Rousey against Shotzi.
I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey.
I'm going to go with Ronda Rousey. He's going with Shotzi. Who's Shotzi's not going to beat Ronda Rousey, but someday you use your imagination next
I think she don't stand a chance against Ronda, but also
Ronda's-
too with that other lady
Shayna
with
Baszler.
Ronda Baszler. Chances are more.
Ronda
greatly
Rousey's
against
dangerous right
her.
now, very.
Right.
Women's War Games match. Team 1, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Mia Yim, and the mystery partner.
What I think the mystery part is going to end up being Becky Lynch. I'd like to see either Raquel Gonzalez or Becky Lynch. I think Becky Lynch is coming back for that. She has a little bit of history with the damage control. So,
Yeah.
And tell us you have a team, which is a great team.
Against, excuse me, against damage control, Bailey, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley.
Dangerous team. Adding Rhea to that just adds to the mix. I mean, makes them a tough team.
I'm gonna go with the bad girls on here. Damage control.
I'm gonna go with, I think, Becky Lynch being a lone survivor. I think Bianca Belair is going to get pinned by somebody, probably Bailey. But I think the good girls are going to win that. And he's going with the good girls. Next. There's no sense even asking you because you always pick your face.
That's why I get it.
Pick someone different once.
AJ versus Finn Balor.
That could be the match tonight to let it go.
I'm gonna go. It's hard for me to pick one, but I'm gonna go with the guy I like better. That's AJ Styles. So I'm gonna pick.
I like AJ's wrestling style, but somehow I think Finn Balor wins because Judgment Day is going to get involved.
You forget AJ's got backup too.
A lot of it. A lot of it.
And we know who you're picking, Joe. So we won't ask.
Keep going.
The men's war games of the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus, Holland, and Butch, along with Drew and Kevin Owens against the bloodline of Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, I would say Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn.
I'm gonna go with the good guys, McIntyre and his group, because none of the titles are up for grab in that match. And Roman Reigns and Bloodline been getting a big push as of late.
Roman Reigns is going to get counted out. He will not get pinned.
I think his team is going to lose this match.
I think same thing, but I think Roman Reigns is going to get counted out. He will not get pinned. He'll get counted out in that match. Someone will take him out of the match. Probably Kevin Owens or McIntyre, but I'm thinking Kevin Owens goes after Roman Reigns.
Well, you're already stunned on SmackDown.
I mean, I don't like the way Roman Reigns' character is being played right now. He ever has to turn around and getting sideswiped and backstabbed. Come on, Roman Reigns can wrestle. Let the guy wrestle.
I was telling Joey this past week, Bubba, when Kevin Owens was announced as their fifth member.
That's what bonkers.
I wasn't sure exactly if they could trust him because him and Sami Zayn are best friends.
Well, then again, Sheamus and McIntyre are best friends, and they're actually putting their differences aside.
True, good point.
For the cause. So think about that for a second.
Any other matches, Joe?
There's one more. It's a triple threat match for the U.S. title. It's Rollins against Theory and Lashley.
I'm going to go with Seth Rollins retaining the title.
We know he's going with Seth Rollins. All right? This could be an interesting match. This could be the match tonight if they let all characters go to their extreme right now, to what they're doing, not to bring back Extreme Rules, but Theory can wrestle. Bobby Lashley can wrestle. Seth Rollins can wrestle. These guys are all decent workers. I think Seth wins the match, but it's going to be a brawl. It's going to be, those guys can really, that match could definitely steal the entire night if WWE lets it go. I personally think the best match that could be on paper is Finn Balor against AJ Styles. That could be the best match. Again, I won't be in town. I'm actually going to something. So I'll watch the replay before our next taping.
And it'll be in Boston for that.
Yes.
And
SmackDown is in
SmackDown, after the day after this tape, SmackDown will have already been in Providence. We didn't mention it last show. We should have, but hope if you want to see WWE local, it'll cost you a little more money than going to independent shows, but it's up to you there. I can't see paying $40 to go watch a wrestling show like I watch it on TV. That's the way I look at it. You want to see guys who belong in WWE. You want to see guys who I think work harder than WWE. I've been saying this how long now, Steve? 4.5 years on this show. Go to the independent shows. That sets me up, segues me into my independent update.
Matter of fact, one of my friends His name is Doug. I think his wrestling name is Douglas Love.
Love Doug. He's at AEW right now, Black.
And you heard about that?
Yes.
His father works with me at my company I work at. And he mentioned to me that his son made their appearance. Well, if he's already in AEW, he's already there. But he said
he's in dark matches.
He was in dark matches, right? And he did a spot on TV where him and a few others attacked someone along the entranceway, and he clotheslined the guy. And made his 5 minutes of fame already on TV, on TNT. So now he's doing dark matches. So he's another local guy who's...
Him, Little Mean Kathleen. I know Teddy Goods is with AEW right now. Brett Ryan Goslin has been on AEW Dark. I mean, these are kids who started local. Because I mentioned, Brett Ryan Goslin is very involved with NCW, which has matches coming up December 2nd. That's a Friday night, folks, over at Dedham. It's the last event of the year, 32 Eastern Avenue.
I remember him doing some shows in the Attleboro area.
Well, Showcase, that's what he was trained by Sergeant Muldoon.
Well, he had a gimmick where his parents were rich. And,
the Harrises. He was a Harris.
He was a Harris. And they were kicking people out of their seats so that way he could sit down in the seat and watch the wrestling.
Yeah, he wouldn't kick me out of my seat. I'd slap him in the head.
Didn't he do that in Terminator before?
He tried to. And then Timmy's like, it ain't happening.
Yeah.
Tried to. I was like, I don't think so. I guarantee. He's like, guarantee not. You ain't moving us. Don't make us both come out of retirement. Don't make me come out of retirement. Fortunately, the last matches I saw in Bristol a couple weeks ago, after our taping, Brett Ryan Goslin's mother was sitting behind me. Nice lady, very nice lady. A good friend of mine on Facebook too. And she watched her son wrestle against Robbie the Giant in a last man standing match. And if Robbie lost, he was out of NCW. And if Ryan lost, he's out of NCW. And Ryan lost.
Lose or leave town match.
Yes. Yep. So he can't wrestle in Bristol anymore, but he's going to wrestle, I think, over in Dedham. Ryan Goslin, who's becoming a good wrestler. He really is. He's a good kid. I said his mother's a great lady. I also went to matches with WWE over in Bridgewater. I mentioned these on the show. I'm actually wearing this shirt. Yep, Bushwhacker Luke. I don't know if you saw my shirt. It's a pretty cool shirt, actually. Nice, colorful. The Bushwhacker Down Under. Nice man. I can't believe he's 76 years old. I actually spoke to him for a few minutes. Gave a Powerade. Very nice
76?
Man. 76.
Wow.
Luke Williams is now 76 years old. He's still wrestling. He actually did a pretty good match. 76. He grabbed Bob Dutra, who's a local referee, who's also training to be a wrestler.
Okay.
You know how they used to use the battering ram to close their matches? He did it with Bob against his opponent, against Sheikh Ahmad. I mean, that was $20 for that match, but unbelievable wrestling card over in Bridgewater. I mean, the place went ballistic when Jay Lethal came out dressed like in his machismo with a Macho Man Randy Savage robe, an authentic Macho Man Randy Savage robe. You would probably enjoy it too, Joe. Okay. And guess who his surprise manager was? Jimmy Hart.
Oh wow!
A surprise appearance. I had mentioned that Jimmy Hart was going to be on the show recently, and I knew he was coming out last month, but I kind of kept it a secret because that's the way the promoter wanted it. Great wrestling card. At least 125 people there, at least.
Wow.
They haven't got matches this another one, but I know, like I said, NCW is coming up July 2nd, which is a Friday, and then December 11th, RWA off Broadway in Providence. Google the address. I forgot my information, but RWA off Broadway is what they're calling it. So it's going to be off Broadway Street in Providence on December 11th, which is a Sunday at 4 o'clock. $10 for a wrestling show, guys. These guys are working, and that's going to be their last event of the season. I know T. Phineas is going for the championship himself, so it could be a really good card. Always great wrestling, local kids. Like I said, we mentioned earlier, local kids making it big. Carmelo Anthony, love the guy, hate the guy. He was the main event last night on NXT. He lost his bid to become American champion again, but great wrestler. I've known Christian Casanova for years. Donovan Dijak came in afterwards, who's, again, was trained locally, who's worked up the street here, right in the Moose for the showcase. He came back, he's got rid of the whole T-ball character from, what do they call themselves there?
The Viking.
No, not the Vikings.
Retribution?
Retribution. He got rid of that. He's not even going to do Donovan Dijak. He's going to come out as Dijak now, his real name. But he's a local kid, big kid, 6'7", strong as an ox. Great kid in person, but plays a real tough character. I'm proud of these guys. Ibar from Viking Raiders, Todd Smith, proud of him. Teddy Goods himself, Carmelo's Teddy Goods, wrestles against Gunther. I told Teddy this to his face. He goes, dude, it's 10 years too late for you. You should have been in WWE 10 years ago. I said, I don't care if it was a squash match or not. You came out as your name, Teddy Goods, which is your name in this area. I know his real name. I goes, I dedicate my entire wrestling career to you making it big with your name. And he's like moved by that. He says, I can't believe you just said that to me. I goes, to see a local kid using his own name, trained by Mike Baker partially, even Spike Dudley, makes me feel awesome.
Spike Dudley lives in Lincoln, Rhode Island, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Local kid. I mean, independent wrestling is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They kind of go into their winter hiatus. They probably won't be back now until probably March. Special prayers go out to Sheldon Goldberg. You might even know the name Sheldon Goldberg. As he's been very sick.
Oh, wow.
And he's feeling better. Special prayers go out to him. I hope he's well. And CCW. I always get all these different call letters wrong, but go on the internet, folks. Go on independentwrestling.com. Go into Wrestling Forum. Go into RWA New England. Go into New World Wrestling Extreme, and you'll toggle over to these different sites. I'm in several wrestling sites. You can't miss the wrestling action local. I've been hyping this and pounding it into your head. $10 for 2 shows I plan on attending. I know they just canceled, and WWE canceled one of their shows. They were supposed to have one December 10th in Connecticut. The venue's wanted an only 21 plus show. Says, no, I want kids to be able to go to the show, so I'm canceling my whole event with you folks.
Wow.
I want more family friendly. Someday we're going to drag Joey to one of these shows. We might leave you there, but we're going to drag you to one of these shows. That's what I got to say for independent wrestling. Joe dropped his glasses again.
Might have been something you said. I think you mentioned dropping wrestling and he drops his glasses. All right, well, if you don't mind, I want to talk about the Patriots for a minute or two.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Matter of fact,
and the Bruins and the Celtics.
Yeah, this past Sunday, I went out to eat with my roommates.
You went out to eat? And the restaurant's still open?
When I walked in, it was close to 4 p.m. It was somewhere around that time, and I sat down in the booth with my roommates, and over at the bar, the people sitting at the bar was watching the Patriots game, and they started cheering. So I got up, I go, thank you very much. And then I was told to sit down, idiot, they're talking about the Patriots. I go, oops. But the Patriots won the game with that return punt.
Yes.
In the final seconds of the fourth quarter.
If the Patriots punter Nick Foles hit those 2 43-yard field goals, I would have won a football square for $250.
Oh.
So if he made the punts he's been making all year, but then again with that wind, it was tough to kick. I wouldn't want to kick in that kind of wind either. Yeah, I would want $250. Yeah. But no. But I'm praying at the end, please miss the extra point. Please miss the extra point because I would have had the same number, 9-3. Nope, he made it then, of course.
I think so far I haven't been paying attention to football that much this season, but I think the Patriots are 6-4.
I believe you're right. Yes.
After last Sunday's
they're not last place anymore. The Jets are because they've beaten the Jets twice. We're going to talk about the Bruins too.
Oh yeah, they're
17-2. They have the best record right now in hockey. Celtics have got, I think, 4 losses and 3 to Chicago. The Chicago Bulls I can't figure out, but The Bruins are lighting it up. The best goals against average in the league and the best goals scored in the league. They're just lighting it up right now. And they're only going to get better when Marchand gets stronger and stronger.
Do they have a new
Brand new coach, yes.
Yes.
They're cribbing it a lot to the coach. Same with the Celtics. They're like a new coach. They say he's the coach and better than the gentleman we had there before.
Maybe the Celtics made it to the playoffs last year, but maybe that's what they needed is new management, new coaches for the team.
Don't know. Well, they picked up a couple players.
Okay.
Celtics did, but you have a young nucleus that's getting stronger and stronger. The Bruins right now have got some. I think David Krejci coming back just says a lot to that team. I mean, he's such a versatile and phenomenal player, and Patrice Bergeron playing one more year, they convinced him to come back. I mean, Joey used to play hockey years ago. Didn't you play hockey, Joe?
No.
No? I mean, what happened to you then? You ever get hit in the head with a puck? What happened?
No.
Steve did.
Well, I thought it was one of them Eskimo pies.
Yeah,
I think I took a bite out of it, but it was hot as
Here we
a
go.
rock.
Yeah, that's why you have your two front teeth are missing.
Yeah, that puck was hot as a rock. I thought it was an Eskimo pie. Boy, was I wrong. I found out the hard way.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, I got an idea. When it comes down to the playoffs, if the Celtics make it to the playoffs, we can ask Joey who he picks to win. He can't pick a good guy to win that playoffs. There'll be two teams. There won't be such thing as a good guy and a bad guy champion for that.
Joey uses his brain for something besides reading the list? Really?
No. Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Miz?
There's one other match you didn't mention. It's supposed to be a very big match too this Saturday on SmackDown. The Miz against Dexter Lou.
That's Monday.
Yeah. Who's going to win the match?
I gotta go with Loomis on that one.
Of course you do, because she's the only person Emma Lily will talk
we
to
weren't
is
supposed to
Joe.
mention his name.
Baltimore
Miz
and Emma Lou
always
and Dexter Lou. How about that? I'll say there's only one name in wrestling I'll never mention again. If you mention it, I'm walking off.
The Miz?
No, you probably know what I'm talking about. Nancy Nancy Sullivan's husband.
Oh.
You mention that name and I walk off. Well, can't believe this half hour's already over.
I know, and I'll be able to start eating soon. I am so happy the show is over. Not in personal, but where now I get to eat within 10 minutes from now. I said the wrong thing. All right, well, thank you guys for being on the show with me, and thank the director for directing us. Thank you, viewers, for watching us. Thank you to WACS for having us on.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, like Bubba said.
Happy Black Friday to you all. You all can go fight for a TV. I'm on.
And until next time, have yourselves a safe and good 2 weeks. We'll see you next time. Bye.